Hi, good day everyone. My name is Christian Ray Muñez, and for today's video, we will be talking about a certain story entitled The Ant and the Grasshopper. Actually, this is one of my favorite stories since I was a kid, and then this story really taught me a lot of moral lessons, specifically to become a hardworking one, which until now I'm still putting into practice. And for the content, I will going to read the story, and then after that, I'll going to share with you guys if this story is relatable to my own experiences. Then I'll going to cite also a five vocabulary words, and I'll give its meaning, and then I'll use those words in sentences. Here's the story entitled The Ant and the Grasshopper by Aesop's Fables. Once upon a time, there lived an ant and a grasshopper in a grassy meadow by the river. It was during the hot summer season when the ant was toiling hard by collecting wet grains from the farmer's field. The ant would work hard all day long from dawn to dusk, collecting the heavy grains well balanced on her back. She would then put the wet grains in her larder carefully and rush back to the field to collect another grain. She would scurry back and forth between the field and her larder, often repeating this task the whole day. On the other hand, there was a grasshopper in the grassy meadow who would spend all his time in singing and dancing. He would often scorn at the ant for toiling so hard the entire day in collecting the grains. He would frequently call the ant to join him in singing, dancing, and making merry at the present time. However, the ant would ignore him and continue with her work. This would make the grasshopper laugh even louder, and he would often ridicule the ant, stating that they have enough food to sustain themselves in summer. Hearing this, the ant said that she was saving some food for the cold season and recommended the grasshopper to follow the same. The grasshopper didn't pay heed to her words and continued singing and dancing merrily. Some summer faded to autumn, and autumn to winter. It became freezing cold outside due to snowfall, and the sun was barely visible and the nights were long and dark. Out of cold, the grasshopper lost his interest in singing and making merry. He was cold and hungry and had no place to take shelter from the snow outside. He wondered how to save himself from this tough situation. Suddenly, he remembered about the ant and visited her for some food and shelter. Oft he went to her place and knocked at her door for help. When she opened the door, the grasshopper offered to sing for her in return for some food and shelter. To this, the ant replied that she had toiled hard in summer to save enough food for winter, and the grasshopper had mocked her then. She gently asked him to sing somewhere else and earn his food and shelter. It is then the grasshopper realized that he should have saved up enough for the winter instead of wasting time being lazy during summer and singing and dancing around. The situation sums up more lessons about the virtues of hard working and planning for the better future. The message says that people should strike balance between work and the time to procrastinate and puts off work in favor of doing things that are more likely fun, or like playing or anything that can make you feel lazy. The story is relatable to my own experiences in the ant's character, in which I am always thinking ahead to aim a better outcomes as a result of being a prudently hardworking. So now, here's the five vocabulary words in the story that I have been cited. First is the scurry. What do you mean by scurry? According to the dictionary, the scurry means to hurriedly with short, quick steps. To use it in a sentence, it goes like this: I heard a scurry of footsteps. Second, the scorn. Now, the scorn actually defines as the feeling of or beliefs that someone or something is worthless or despicable contempt. To use it in a sentence, it goes like this. Though he did not mean to scorn the girl, his rejection came off as extremely offensive. Number 3, heed. What do you mean by heed? It is actually defined as to pay attention or to take notice of. To use it in a sentence, he didn't pay heed to her words. Now, the fourth word, it is actually ridicule. What do you mean by ridicule? According to the dictionary, it states that the subjection of someone or something to contemptuous and dismissive language or behavior. To use it in a sentence, it goes like this. He is held up as an object of ridicule. And the last one is toil. What do you mean by toil? It is actually defined as a work extremely hard or incessantly. To use it in a sentence, it goes like this. If you want knowledge, you must toil for it.